So I kind of wanted to jump on this whole movie thing going on, because personally I think it's fucking hilarious, especially this newest one about He-Man, or Masters of the Universe. One, that the movie's gone woke because of that scene where he's sitting at his desk and the name badge says he/him. And people automatically, all of the grifters that have to have that narrative that everything is gone woke, immediately jumped on without even realizing. And I would argue these people probably never even watched the show as kids, even though they're in the age group to have. Maybe they saw the toys in the store, whatever it is, they didn't clearly understand that that was a joke. The joke is that Adam is sitting at a desk and he's got the nameplate that says he/him because he's He-Man. Did you guys not, like I said, watch the original cartoon show? Like, do you remember how ridiculous Prince Adam was? The dude with a bowl cut that just looked ridiculous in a pink shirt and white spandex?
I still think He-Man would have been a better choice for this trip.
But Father, I'm going to be king one day. I'll have to learn how to...
I don't think you guys watched the show. It was incredibly tongue-in-cheek. Prince Adam is like this complete wimp. Everything he does on screen is ridiculous, but he's completely jacked like He-Man because the power of Grayskull didn't alter the way he was physically. It just gave him more power. So that's kind of one of those dumb jokes. It's like they were kind of riffing on Superman. Like, how do you not realize Clark Kent is Superman when he takes off his glasses? So yeah, that's what the he/him thing was. It had nothing to do with, hey, look at its pronouns. He's got pronouns now. It's gone woke. It had nothing to do with that. It's literally a gag at the expense of the character being He-Man. The other thing that seems to be drawing people's ire is Idris Elba being cast as Man-at-Arms. Look, the only thing that matters for Man-at-Arms is the mustache. And Idris Elba's got it for this movie. So I don't see any issue at all. So it's not a ginger. So they picked an actor that has a soul because gingers don't have souls. So they couldn't pick one to play a Man-at-Arms. I'm sorry to the gingers out there. I don't know how else to phrase for why people are just shit picking this movie just for the sake of it. On top of that, the other thing that people are ripping into is, look at Nicholas Galitzine. He's not even nearly as ripped as Dolph Lundgren was in the 1987 movie. Yet no shit. Nobody nowadays goes for that kind of physique anymore because that was just all steroid infused. Like, how many actors in the 80s, 90s, and late 70s were banned from going to certain countries for using anabolic steroids? Schwarzenegger has been. It's one of the reasons why he needed a triple bypass. They effectively destroyed his heart. Stallone, when he was filming the '06 Rocky movie, was banned from ever returning to Australia because his private jet was just loaded with anabolic steroids. Plus, it's the only way the guy was going to be able to get that physique at the age of 55 at the time. And I hold nothing against these actors. Don't take it that way. And you can see the difference in body type from a natural bodybuilder and one who's doing ridiculous amounts of, performance-enhancing drugs to get the look that they need. So yeah, he doesn't look as huge as Dolph Lundgren. I didn't expect him to because that kind of physique is incredibly difficult to get. So yeah, actors today are not going to roid up to get that look. It's just not realistic. If you want to riff on it, fine. So the guy's not as huge as Dolph was. That somehow makes the movie woke. I don't get these things. And then, again, with going back to, did you even watch the show? Look at the ridiculous shit some of these episodes had. And then, of course, you had the famous song and music video that was made years later. And you know why that was made? Because how fucking ridiculous the show was, that you could actually make something out. It made sense and was immediately recognizable as yep, that's totally He-Man. People that only saw him as an action figure or saw a commercial or a poster, it was boom, they immediately knew because the show was ridiculous, like every cartoon in the 80s. All of the villains were comically ridiculous. Sometimes you had your deep episodes where they tried getting a message across or the villain actually was villainous. But how many episodes were basically what the memes are of Skeletor saying something, being like, until next time, and then runs off screen? Like, that's what Skeletor did half the time.
Not mumbling, you meatheads. Rumbling, rumbling. Get over here, you furry fool. Right, ye fool. I could write a book about what you don't know. Of course, you worthless hunk of fur. Books are the real treasures of the world.
If anything, the only real threatening villain from memory in He-Man was Mum-Ra. That was the only guy that gave me any kind of like, yep, that dude's totally a villain. Outside of that, Beastman, Skeletor, like they were comical. Like Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget. Like Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe. Like, go back and watch some of those episodes with those villains. Yeah, they're just ridiculous comic reliefs. Because that's what these shows were in the 80s. They were just to have fun. And that's exactly what it looks like this new Masters of the Universe is going to do. Because the one that came out in 87 definitely tried to be more serious. And I mean, I still like the movie. But yeah, I mean, the show was goofy and they tried to make it serious. It's fine that they did it. It wasn't great. Skeletor looked fucking terrible in that movie, but it's still fun. I'll watch it if it's on. Animated movies that they made for some of them, like the G.I. Joe movie and the Transformers movie, went a much darker route. And guess what? That didn't really resonate with fans. In fact, famously, in the Transformers movie, when they kill Optimus Prime in the beginning of the movie, and I'm talking about the animated one here from the 80s, people lost their shit. People also stopped buying toys as much as well. Hasbro realized this because they were also doing the G.I. Joe movie. They were going to kill Duke. Duke was going to die in that movie. And they had already animated most of it, so they had to change it through voice acting. So when Duke gets shot, he falls into a coma. And then during the end sequence where they're all celebrating, they get a phone call that Duke has regained consciousness. So that's what happens when you take some of these things that are campy and were made for kids, and then you try to make them serious and you kill off a major character, or it becomes so dramatic that it loses the interest of the audience it's intended for. That's what happens. So yeah, this new movie looks like it's keeping the tongue-in-cheek stuff. And that's great, because that's exactly what I would expect from a He-Man movie. In fact, I really hope there's a reference to where he's like walking down the street. Oh, and notice in the trailer, he's always wearing the pink shirt. Yeah, because that's how Prince Adam dressed.
Sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
The dude looked like he was walking into some friggin' weird club in Greenwich Village to drop ecstasy and just sing on the dance floor. And again, that music video. So that's what the movie's clearly trying to go for, and that's fine. It unfortunately has Jared Leto in it, which means the movie's automatically going to fail. And if they cut him out of it, it'll be good. But as long as Skeletor stays Skeletor and Jared Leto doesn't try to get his actual face in there, or some weird-ass backstory that He-Man turned Jared Leto.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Into Skeletor. I don't... Whatever. That's the only thing bad about this movie, is that Jared Leto is in it. Outside of that, I think this movie's going to be great. I don't think it looks woke at all. And anybody who's going with that clearly never watched the show, or is just pushing some weird-ass agenda because... I don't know, because it gets views and engagement, I guess. Outside of that, I don't know, what... There's nothing woke about this movie. The movie's coming out June 5th, and I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to go see it. Hell, the last movie I saw in theaters with my wife was Deadpool and Wolverine, because, yeah, movies right now, like, nothing really comes out that piques either of our interests. In fact, the last 3 Star Wars movies that came out, I saw by myself, and I really wish I can get the money back from those. Because I think I did the 4D experience for all of them. It was like $30 a ticket. Seats were comfortable, though. Anyway, that's all I've got for He-Man. If you think it's woke, fine. Bring it up in the comments below. We could argue about this. I don't think so. I think it's going to be fun, and it looks like it's going to be tongue-in-cheek, just like the show, and that's 100% what I'm hoping for. So I hope the movie keeps going the exact way it is now, and none of this weird internet bullshit influences the editing process before they release it.